What's up, guys? I forgot to film an intro, so I'm doing it here on hole number 11, but my name is Matt. Welcome back to the Fault Line Disc Golf channel, out here at Pioneer Park in Eagle Mountain, Utah. It's a little pitch and putt course, but it's a lot of fun. I try to get out here on my lunch breaks during the spring, summer, and fall just because the weather's nice and I can stretch my legs a little bit. This will be inserted into the beginning of the video, so it'll look a little bit different, but hope you enjoy the coverage. Doing this for fun, trying to learn a new skill, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks for joining and hope you like the content to come. All right, 2 off the tee like always. Going sled first and then zone SS second. We'll start with the sled as I just indicated. Too low and I was probably blocking the shot. A little bit of a forward skip, but not great. Let's go with the zone now. Try to get some turn and put it out on the line. Yeah, that one looks good. It didn't hold the turn all the way, but that's definitely pin high. Let's see how it goes. All right, going to the zone SS, picked up the sled. There we go. All right, hole number 2. This is a shared tee pad between hole number 2 and hole number 4. Got a tailwind. This is a soft par 4. I'm gonna try and get it as close as I can. Put it up in the air. Gonna have to really punch it. 379 feet, going with the Climo Discs prototype Skyway. In the bag video coming soon. Not terrible. Didn't get a lot of follow through. These tee pads are kind of short, but that's my own problem. I need to adjust. Okay. I got to about maybe 80 feet, so probably just outside circle 2 from here. I'm going to give it a little bit of a run, but not expecting a whole lot here. It's a lot longer than I think every time off this tee. Yeah, solid layup. Definitely not a run because I never kept it that high, but not terrible all things considered. Okay, on to hole number 3. 216 feet. I don't know all these distances off the top of my head, but read them off as I see them. Short little par 3. It's just right there. It's kind of begging to be aced. One of the holes that I have not gotten. I mean, haven't gotten a lot of them out here, but this would be a really cool one to get. Left it too high. Yeah, looking at about a 20-ish footer. Let's see if I can go 3 for 3, get a turkey. All right, here we go. About 20 feet, like I mentioned off the tee. Yeah. 3 for 3 start. Not too bad. Hole 2 is a really soft par 4, so I really should expect a 3 at every time, but try not to come playing golf with any expectations because that's when you get into trouble. All right, hole number 4, 263 feet uphill. Obviously the image is gonna be flattened out a little bit as all cameras tend to do with slopes, but gonna go with the test flight cliff again, definitely throwing into a headwind, so I'm gonna try my best to correct off of that. Okay, that's going to be a little short and probably looking at it around another 20-ish footer. All right, yeah, like I said, about a 20-ish footer, you know, 20, 22 feet, somewhere in there. This is the range that I really need to be working on. Oh, off the rim. Well, even player B couldn't get it this time. There we go. All right, hole 5, 217 feet. Not sure what's up with this tee pad. Probably don't need to see this on camera, but it is what it is. Basket's just right down there next to that left-hand tree. Gonna go cliff again. Left it on hyzer. Finishing out left. This has been my miss lately, is finishing out left. I'm gonna throw a second one. Not gonna count it for the score, but I'm gonna go classic rock this time. Try to actually throw it right. Let it finish left. Did not do anything similar to what I was trying to do. Yeah, and that just proves 925 rated am. All right, let's see if I can knock this down. Get back on the birdie train. No. Ugh. I rushed my putt. What a joke. All right, hole 6, 167 feet, blind shot, past these 3 fluffy trees here on the left. Just gonna try and drop it in, throwing into a headwind, so see what I can do here. It looks good, this should be parked. Yeah, that's absolutely based. Absolutely based. There we go. 4 through 6. All right, hole 7, 282. Going with the Bel Air. I'm gonna try and keep it on hyzer the whole way, but we'll see. That's a little bit too right, not high enough. Yeah, there's just no skip because of the grass. So we'll have to take it. All right. Definitely further away than I want to be, given that this hole is wide open. But I felt a little too in my hands. Damn. Oh, that was terrible. Sorry, guys. All right, hole 8, 203 feet. Perfect excuse for a hyzer. Just gonna throw a zone. You can see a cart path on the right-hand side of the basket. I'm gonna try and swing it out over that and then back onto the green, nice and close. Oh, well, that was horrible, but I got a nice break off that tree limb. Hopefully that was captured in frame. Maybe about 18 feet. Okay, underestimated it. Way further than 18 feet. Circle's edge, probably. Headwind putt. Nope. I need to practice putt really bad. All right, hole 9, 287. I'm still at 4 under par, which I would like to be at least 6 under par. This course is getting the best of me today. The putting stroke is really letting me down, but it's been letting me down for a couple weeks now. Going quake again into a headwind. Basket is on a mound that is covered by a large rock, so got to try and stick it close if you want to putt, especially in the wind. Okay, that should be right at the base of the rock. And if that's the case, then I've got maybe 10 feet. Okay, not quite at the base of the rock, but definitely in a manageable make position here. Let's convert. Let's get to 5 down on the front. Nice. Let's go. Exactly what I wanted. Needed to make that confidence putt. All right, on to hole 10. Another shared tee pad for this hole and for hole number 15. 216, going cliff. 5 under through the front 9. See if I can match that on the back. A little low and kind of driven, but yeah, that'll be makeable. About 15 feet. Didn't get it up high enough to carry all the distance onto that green, but that'll work out. All right, headwind is way more fierce down here. I mean, fierce is relative, but yeah. All right, hole 11, 199 feet. Basket is on a downslope. Hopefully I'm not blocking it from view, but ideally you kind of want to just play a little bit of a gentle hyzer ride at it. This would be another really cool basket to ace, just given its proximity to the hill and the slope. So let's see. That looks mighty tasty. Oh, flew just in front of it. Got a nice little skip. Okay. I would say that I actually gave this a little bit of a healthy bid. Normally speaking, I don't. I'm usually kind of scared to skip off this hillside, have it roll out down here. But that was an atrocious putt, low left. Yeah, that was equally just as bad. At least the first one went in that counted. All right, hole 12, 343. Yeah, that was just not good. Not good. Oh, that headwind really pushed my disc down. Quite a bit shorter than I want to be. But, oh well, such is life. And I pulled that. We'll just do one take here. Okay, well, sorry for the camera being slightly askew here. The camera itself is on a downward slope. There's no flat area for me to set this up, so I'm gonna have to try and go, I'm gonna go with the cliff here. I use this disc a lot, lean on it a lot on this course. Yeah, and that's textbook. Right up to the mound. All right, hole 14, 303, textbook hyzer. Just throw it high, let it flip up a little bit, and let it crash the green. It's a little wide, but I gave it enough power, so hopefully it'll get there. Yeah, pin high. Sorry about the truck noise, guys. Oh, I left it short with the nose down. Had enough spin to get in there, though. Thankfully. Playing halfway decent right now. Don't want to give up one that close. All right, 15, 218, cliff again. That could go in. Oh, short. Damn. Not a bad shot though. Looked better in the air than it did once it was slowing down. Well, this is the flattest vantage point for this putt other than this path up here, but it's easier just to set it on the walking path. I don't know why I'm wearing a hoodie. 66 degrees out in March in Utah, which means it's dry heat. All right, hole 16. On a triangular piece of grass because of the intersecting walkways. I am out of breath because it is hot, and I have not done a good enough job of hydrating and eating anything today, so it's affecting me right now. Okay, I went deep there. Skipped off the cart path and pushed forward rather than going to the green. All right. Larger skip than I was hoping for. Let's convert here. Knew it as soon as I released. Shucks. Alright, that's a 3. Broke a birdie streak. Alright, 289, hole 17, penultimate hole. Gonna go prototype streak here. I'm tired. I need to get left in a hurry. Okay, that'll be there. That was probably one of the better feeling putts I've made all day. All right, final hole, hole 18, 199 feet. Last hole for the cliff. Flew the top of the basket. Not terrible. Let's see if I can finish on a birdie. All right, here we go. Final putt of the day. On the money. Well, that has been 18 holes in Pioneer Park. I'll get this final score up on the bottom of the screen. I wasn't using UDisc, but I'll enter it into UDisc afterwards. Walking too close to the camera. All in all, I'm tired because I didn't eat anything other than a protein bar early this morning, and I went on a fast yesterday. So, a little wiped out. Need to eat something, get something protein rich into my system. But other than that, in the bag video coming really soon, hopefully in the next couple of days after this gets posted. More content coverage with Taylor, Spencer, and the guys. This is going to be, sponsored, not sponsored, but brought to you by the creator team with another round Salt Lake City. Shout out to Ben Marlock again. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired. Words are eluding me right now. So hope you have a good day. Cheers.
Excellent!